up, fam bam? Welcome back to Lethal Gaming. It's Lethal here with another splendid game for you, one that I think you guys will enjoy. Let's jump into it. A little quick story before we go into details and start talking about every player. Let's quickly introduce everyone, guys. Bianc Frank in the northern eastern corner of the map, and Lethal as red in the southwestern corner of the map. The quick story I had in mind for you all is I wanted to play Malay and do the Malay strategy, and unfortunately it didn't happen here, and I ended up playing the Malians. So I tried to apply a similar strategy with the Malians, but we'll take a quick look at this game, watch what our players do today, and obviously we're gonna have to talk crap about them because, you know, Lethal's already messing up. Look at that. He's not scouting this portion of the map. Very poor play. Let's take a quick look at what Bianc Frank's up to. Oh, check this out, fam. Bianc Frank is already luring in a rhinoceros. Keep in mind, some maps have boars, some maps have rhinoceros, and some maps have iguanas, you know. And he's also going for wood like normal, but he did do that early rhinoceros, which is a little different. It's not a bad idea, even though I think stealing rhinoceros and boars have been kind of patched. I don't know if you can steal him anymore, but it's a safer way to go to lure him right away, and it's definitely interesting. You don't see it that often. Lethal is going for his rhinoceros and doing the standard gameplay: 6 on food, 3 on wood, 7 and 8 on rhinoceros on food. So he has a 7th. He's gonna lure it in, and notice the strength difference, guys. Rhinoceros almost kills your villager in like 3 hits, essentially the 4th hit, and it's dead 100% sure. And with a boar, your villagers last a little longer, they take less damage, and he's just continuing to scout, dropping a house at 13 pop, which is great, so you don't get house capped. Blue already has a house built, so he is chilling, and he's gathering his other rhinoceros. He's already lured an ostrich, so good for him. He is doing this, guys. This isn't the best idea. Oh, lost a villager. Rip, guys. Doing berries, distance gathering in general isn't the most efficient way, isn't the most efficient gathering method, but you know, I'm not gonna say anything, guys. Mistakes happen. Didn't have enough wood on time. He's learning a second ostrich, and I'll say blue did pretty well this game. It was a fun game, that's why I'm casting it. So welcome to another casting session, everyone. I'm not gonna spoil, we're gonna go step at a time, but this one I feel like was worth casting. Every game's worth casting, technically, guys. Every game is a good game. Even if Lethal sucks and gets creamed, we can always learn something out of it. Notice the difference here, guys. 10 on food. Lethal is saturating his food, and that is important. He's also luring in his first ostrich, and it's important for fast castle rushes or fast feudal rushes. Using 10, 11 villagers instead of the standard 8 to 9, some people even get away with 7, allows you to gather more food and have more value out of your rhinoceroses. Essentially, they go quicker and they go out quickly, and look at that, boom, perfect lure under the TC. A little early, but might as well take it while it's perfect, because if you overthink it, guys, you will pretty much mess up and regret that mistake. So Lethal's pretty much really close. He's going 21 villagers, going to the next stage as standard, researching loom right after this, about to get 500 food. I decided to lure the rest of them in and put 5 on berries, because you want to saturate this a little more with this strategy. Sometimes even 6 to 7 isn't a bad idea. Let's take a quick look at blue. He is finishing his ostriches. He's killing a goat here and there, and bam. This guy is doing a ballsy move. He's already going to the feudal age, sending villagers. We're gonna see exactly what he's up to. Has 5 on wood, 2 on berries. He has 3 home. Look at that, 19 pop, going to the next age. But notice the difference, guys. Lethal's just a little bit behind him at 21 pop. that is kind of a bonus, and that's the power of consistently building villagers, not getting capped, and most importantly, guys, not losing a villager. Our blue player lost one villager, so technically we're at the same villager count. But he's going to the feudal age earlier, I'm going to the feudal age later, and I have +1 villager. For him, it's important to go earlier because, boom, I did not notice that. He built that and then rebuilt it. I never noticed that, so it's kind of a surprise to me that he had military buildings next to me. I should have noticed that. That would have been easier for me to realize that he's going with the forward push. But noob Lethal has no map awareness. Notice blue already walling off, building a safe haven, doing the strategy called turtle strategy. This is a bad idea, guys. You want to have all of them on one at a time so you can get as much food as you can. Look at that, 2 archery range drops. Dravidians is serious. Dravidians bonuses, guys. Siege weapons cost 33% less. Barracks technologies cost -50%. Receive 200 wood when advancing to the next age. That is a great bonus. Skirmishers and elephant archers attack 25% faster. That is a great bonus. Lethal and Dravidians are going one at a time, 1v1 scouts. Lethal says, because Lethal has scouted the forward push and he realizes it. Let's take a quick look at Lethal's reaction. He is building a market. He is building a blacksmith. Pulled his scout back and decides to keep him safe. He sees the tower and he's like, okay, well, I can't tower there. It's too late. So Lethal's gonna quickly utilize his villagers, stop villager production. The goal here is fast castle, guys. You'll see why in a second. It's not rocket science, but it is the goal. This is a mistake, guys. Look at this. He's dropping the tower. Great idea, but look, there's 2 villagers on it. How fast can you build it with 2 villagers? Not really quickly. It's fairly slow. It's at 250. Not even close. Not building this wall. And boom, it goes down before Lethal could build it. Look at all these villagers chilling. He is going up to the castle age though, but that is unfortunate. Definitely didn't finish the tower to protect the goal. Definitely continuing to wall, and that's okay. Blue is destroying this tower, and Lethal does not get a cancel on it. What a fail. Could have returned at least another 100 stone, but Lethal is dropping 11 on stone. That's very bold. That is the strategy he was aiming for, and guess what? Lethal decided, I don't care. I know you're rushing me. I know you're going to do a lot of damage, but I'm going to keep pushing forward with the strategy I had in mind to begin with. So blue is population cap. He's probably focusing on military and economy all at the same time. Definitely forgot the houses. That is a bad mistake, guys. It's very futile and important to get your houses up. But instead, he breaks through the wall. He's dropping a house now. He has quite a bit of villagers in queue, quite a bit of military units in queue. And notice that he comes here, and there's only 1 straggler villager chilling, and it is about to go down. Unfortunately, Lethal might have misclicked or something. My reaction was, what the heck is this villager still doing here? And Ripperino, Limousino, there goes the villager. Nice quick wall by Lethal, blocking out the hole. This is good, guys. Why do you do a little wall like this? Because if he wants to go this way, he'll have to walk through your 2C. That's going to have 5 villagers in there, and that's going to kill most of the army. He can now walk all the way around, and that's just going to protect our resources, protect our strategy, protect us, and give us time with other things we're doing. Notice that Lethal dropped a defensive tower because in my mind, I'm like, there's no way Jose, once he comes with the troops to the stone, I'm going to let them die. So I'm like, defensive tower immediately. Lethal isn't capped or anything, but he has 24 out of 40 population. He is putting villagers in because he realizes that the army's coming, and he puts them back, and then he puts them back in. And don't lose the scout. Good job. Good micro with Lethal. Could have lost that scout easily. Now Blue's like, oh snap, Lethal has a tower. I'm going to walk back. I'm not going to attack. Let's take a quick look at Blue with 3 villagers going. 38 pop. Guys, he's so ahead. His score is rocketing. He's walling off this gold. Good thing Lethal has a house. Could delete it and have access to that later on. But who cares? There's a lot of gold in the other map. Low-key, you can always utilize other parts of the map. 1 villager in foraging. Could use a few more. Saturating farms. Not bad. Not bad. But remember, use like 3 to 4 villagers minimum on your berries and deers. Unless you lure him closer to the TC. Blue is trying to find an opening. He can't because 2 towers defend wood line and stone line. The stone pile, and essentially he's going to be thinking, where should I go to attack Lethal? He has no way of defeating us unless a ballsy move. He could have microed and walked into Lethal's towers, but he doesn't have the army, and these aren't too far away from one another. So long story short, it would probably be a very costly mistake, if not a deadly one. He is using these villagers to be productive, build a house, walk around. He's trying to find an opening on the other end. Look at that, 45 pop, pumping out villagers, not doing any more military. Oh, notice red, guys. Red is dropping a castle right here. Could have built it a little closer, but that is not a bad place. I'd say up here would have been ideal. Not too close, so you don't need to buy murder holes, and so your castle can attack the archery ranges. But essentially, ideal spot would be to attack the tower as well, is all I'm saying. He pokes around here. Blue finds nothing, guys. Lethal knows this is not a good spot to cut because it's vulnerable. This is not a good spot to mine. It's vulnerable. So he is pumping out Gbetos, guys. That is it. We have revealed the strategy for the day. It is another castle rush strategy, but on Arabia, and we are only prioritizing Gbetos. Unfortunately, guys, you will learn something very new, which I learned, and that's the point of playing the game. You learn as you go how Gbetos work. Blue sees this. He instantly starts walling his base off to protect it. He removes his army from the front side of town and dips, guys. This guy, like, I'm bailing. I got, you know, my economy to think about. But then again, he does a juke and he trolls us and walks southwards towards Lethal's castle. Lethal, on the other hand, is up at 35 pop. So Blue's still escalating in pop, escalating in economy. He's barely managing to produce military and villagers at the same time. This might have been a mistake, but I'm like, whatever. I'll go for a second castle if need be. I'll just spend my stone on other resources, which I do occasionally sell stone to purchase gold. And notice how red is just chilling. He's running with his troops somewhere. I wonder why. Look at this. Look at this. Red has scouted Blue's villagers. He's like, oh, this is gonna be nice. 4 free villagers. I'm gonna send my Gbeto hustlers and hunt them down. Blue, on the other hand, he was walking around, not scouting, not doing anything. Maybe thinking of finding an approach to kill Lethal or attack. He's just patrolling. He's probably gonna try to defend this barracks for whatever reason, but bam, red spots Blue's villagers, starts the micro, snipes 2, almost gets 3rd, and now he's going for the 4th. Bam, easy, guys. 4 easy villagers picked off. Blue's going to Castle Age. His military buildings are falling, and there you have it. Lethal is back in the game. 43 pop for Lethal, slowly increasing in population. Lethal's doing a little scouting, trying to find any other villagers or troops hiding, because you guys don't want one villager here and then that villager comes here and builds a castle or something. It's very obnoxious, very annoying. Lethal runs out of stone and he's like, oh snap, 14 villagers in stone. Talk about being overly obsessive. He's a stoner. Don't forget about being a gold digger, guys. We need gold in the game, so we will have to start mining gold as soon as possible. Lethal sends a troop to scout and maybe not scout, guys. This wall is so important. Look at this. Blue notices villagers. Blue notices Lethal's villagers, and he instantly begins reacting. At least that's how it seemed for me. Let's see what he does. He's just chilling. Maybe these troops triggered the fact that they were attacking his house. It triggered him to get defensive or something. But there he goes. There he goes. He sees this and he's gonna go attack. And essentially, Blue is retaliating to this house aggression. But guess what? He spots Lethal's whole economy, guys. This is literally half of Lethal's. economy mining stone. Talk about being a stoner. Notice Lethal getting wrecked, guys. I did not know this, but I learned this today, that skirmishers counter Gbeto. Notice Lethal's micro. He ended up deciding to pull everyone off the stone and run away. The barracks goes down. Lethal decides to group his troops. He has 7, had like 12, lost several Gbetos, but guys, at least skirmishers counter Gbeto. Who would have known? That's a huge learning curve for me. I learned that this game. And Lethal decides, you know what? He left, I'm going back. Lethal has the stone to drop a castle. Lethal wants to play aggressive instead of defensively. He does have this walled off. Didn't finish walling this off. Could have done that. But Lethal was not planning to saturate this or this, essentially. By the looks of it. Wink, wink. I did play the game, obviously. So Lethal's gathering all his troops. He's going forward with a forward push. And look at this. He's dropping the gold in the bag. Clearly Blue sees this because he still has his mining camp and marketplace. Lethal drops a forward castle, being very aggressive. Blue is definitely going to see this, guys. Let's look at Blue's vision. No, he does not see this, actually. Blue does not notice. This is perfect, guys. This is a perfect drop. Blue's army's outside doing some hillbilly crusade. Red notices this. He's already pulled his gold villagers off. Blue's sending some more hillbilly crusades forward, but bang. Red reveals himself. He attacks. The castle goes up. Perfect timing. Not too much time. Revealing himself. Blue pulls his army back. Red comes in. Side his economy. Kills one villager. Gnarly scout doing some damage, guys. Use your scouts. Make sure you use everything you can. Red pulls off the stone because he sees Blue coming with troops. He tries to harass the villager. Gets one kill here. Gets another kill here. Doesn't lose a single Gbeto yet. Blue loses 5 skirmishers for nothing, guys. That's rough. That's rough. That's pretty rough. He is pulling this army back. Probably wanted to go back here, and now he's realizing there's too much aggression, too much pressure, so he is gonna move back. Blue transitions to stone. 11 villagers in stone, has a decent amount of gold. Boom, loses another villager. Probably out microed, sent this guy in the wrong place, but this guy's a G. What the heck? This villager just dodged every volley that the castle had to offer. Microed, killed 3 of red villagers, and now let's look at this battle, guys. Clash of Clans. Shout out to Peter again, love you, bro. Clash of Titans, guys. Little battle, not much micro, but a little bit of micro here and there, and red just plummets. Takes away almost all of the elite skirmishers and leaves 2 behind. But he groups up. He still has a solid army. Doesn't have to worry. Has at least 11, which outnumbers Lethal's Gbeto count. Gbeto count is at 11, so that actually ties at this point. But remember, Gbetos are countered. Lethal has researched the first basic upgrades. He has 3 villagers, thank God. He is consistently producing vills at this point and not slacking off. He's dropping a second TC at the bottom, center mid area next to Golden Wood, which is great because that will secure and protect villagers, but he's going for a harass. He notices Blue's TC and he's like, alright, let's just try and micro. Scout's putting in some work. I'm not too concerned about losing all my men. I'm just trying to take as many villagers down as I can without losing all of them. And I'm like, okay, that's enough. I need to run because he's about to take all of them out. And I try to keep running and microing. Scout goes down. I get out of the way. Could have killed 1 or 2 more if I microed better, but I was probably focusing on something else. I did notice this, guys, and Lethal I thought that this was a mangonel or a ram, but I made a mistake. I forget how powerful Dravidian's elephants are. Elephants regenerate 30 HP per minute. That's a cool tech in the Castle Age called Medical Corpse, but he doesn't need the tech, doesn't buy the tech, because he doesn't have a castle. He's already building armored elephants, has 2 up. Lethal, drop your troops, has a good amount, 16 amount of elite skirmishers. We know exactly what Blue is planning. Lethal hasn't taken out his marketplace, so he can trade all day. Could have sent 1 troop just to slowly kill it. But you know how it is, guys. When you rush, you want to pull out back every troop you can just to utilize the force you have. Lethal's dropping 3 Gbetos to the main base. He's buying some economy buildings. He realized, you know what, I'm going to go clean up his stuff. But guess what? That's a mistake. Look at Blue. Blue is coming at Lethal with 4 elephants. These guys slice and dice. They're Very powerful, very strong. Blue, all he needs to do is get very close to the castle, but he doesn't do that. So that is definitely a mistake. Lethal micros his volleys. He starts attacking the skirmishers. And look at that. Running back and forth, trying to dodge every shot. Not really getting successful. That was a successful one. That was a fairly successful one. If only Blue microed his troops closer. Lethal brings back his troops in time, ignores the tower, and cleans up Blue's army. The tower is going to get dropped one way or another. GG, well played. Blue calls it and gives up, guys. Just one small battle cost Blue the game. Notice that Red is at 68 pop. After that battle, Blue is at 36, so he lost over 20 population. He used to be around 60, and now he's at 36, so he lost quite a bit. Lethal had a good comeback, retaliated, harassed quite a bit, probably took care of around 10 villagers when he got into his base, and made short work of this battle. Big mistake on Blue, guys. You can get very close. You have to hold Alt. Just a tip. If you use Alt and you press next to the building, your troop will walk next to it and not attack it. Therefore, the volleys will not come. Red did not have murder holes. Lethal did not purchase murder holes this game. Didn't even have a university, which allows you to attack objects. Objects or troops close by to the castle. Lethal has 2 TCs. He's pumping out Gbetos. Stop the villager production. Guys, remember, consistent villager production and military production is ideal. You rarely stop villager production if you need the military production. You just can't afford it. And you can't sell or trade resources to get it. Essentially, Lethal takes the game, ends that, and Blue at this point accepted it. He has no army. He's just going to get harassed, and by the time he recovers, Lethal already had a lead. And the score lead was quite crazy, and GG, well played, guys. Let's take a quick look at the overview. Score: military came out on top, economy came out on top, technologies not so much. Had 2 castles in the field, 3900 score, guys. Units killed 66. That's crazy. I killed quite a bit of army, 24 army. He had 20 probably twice, so I cleaned up half of it once and then the other half a second time. Largest army 18. He was definitely higher in the army count and was countering us. Just that push against the castle was a bad one. I don't think it was very necessary. He was rushing it, you know. But if he had a few more troops and I would have walked away, he would have been way more effective. Probably even killed the castle and started pushing me and put me in a weird pickle. But because Lethal noticed and retaliated and brought his troops back, that changed the whole course of the game, and costed the game for Blue, essentially. Let's take a quick look at the economy. Look at this, guys. He had more food. He had more wood. Obviously, Lethal had more stone. He dropped 2 castles, dropped a TC, dropped 2 towers. Lethal had to have more stone, or else it would have been pathetic. 2200. His economy was solid. He just lost 2 battles, 1-1, and that's it. GG, guys. Like, he doesn't want to keep playing it. Look at this gnarly castle age timing, guys. Remember how with Malay strategy, we would get like 1350, 14-minute castle age timing because Malay have 33% castle age timing increase, speed. This is a 1446 timing with Malians, which is great timing, guys. If you can get 14 to 15 minutes, especially under pressure, we're already getting rushed at 12-minute mark. That's a solid thing, guys. That's a great thing. Obviously, Blue's castle age was delayed because he got aggressive, built feudal age troops, dropped 2 racks down. That is StarCraft 2 lingo, but he dropped 2 archery ranges and built some troops. Notice, guys, the researches, boom, boom. I had more map explored. Let's go take a look at society. Eventually, I beat him with villager high because we're not tokening it up, fam. We're not stoners. We're just exponentially and originally linearly increasing our economy. But boom, drastically dropped, guys. He lost probably 15 villagers. I'm pretty sure Blue would have had the villager high if he did not lose those important villagers. I raided him twice. I know I killed at least 10, and that's what caused him to have that deficit. Let's take a quick look, guys. No big battles because I'm pretty sure only battle events are recorded with hundreds of troops on the field, but we had a few small epic little Clash of Titan battles today, and that was it, guys. GG, well played. Thank y'all. Take care. Love y'all. Stay lethal. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.